I'm joined all the way from Australia. Where are you, Aisling? Where exactly is it?
So Melbourne, so a little suburb called Newport, on the west side, yeah. So just near enough to Footscray where I train, so not too bad.
Okay, so basically it is 11 a.m. here, but it's, 10 at night there? So you're good enough to stay up?
Yeah, just 10 p.m, yeah. So just getting to my bedtime now because big game on Saturday, so I need to clock up on sleep.
I suppose for anyone that doesn't know, Aisling was a Tipperary footballer, still is maybe? A Tipperary
Still am, yeah.
Still am, and she's out in the AFL in Melbourne for Western Bulldogs, which is absolutely amazing. It's an amazing opportunity for someone here at home. But we're going to take it back and tell us how you got the first opportunity to head out there, Aisling.
Yeah, so it probably all started off with the fact that I play Gaelic football and the opportunities that we get from that, and obviously the profile of ladies football is increasing. So there's a group of people that set up an initiative called the Crosscoders, and I suppose they saw how successful maybe Gaelic footballers and people that come from other sports in the men's AFL. And as the girls' programme is expanding, they're constantly needing new players. So they thought it was a good time that they'd go look abroad to find players that probably play at a very high level of their own sport and maybe not Aussie rules itself, and that they tried to find them and transform them into AFL players. So basically got an Instagram message off Lauren Spark, who I now play with. So it was a bit random at the time, didn't really know what it was, but I said it to my parents and a few of the girls, and they said, "Should just say you're interested." So I just literally responded saying I was interested, and the whole process kind of rolled from there. So just included sending on clips of me playing like for Tipperary, and then just a few skills videos, and then that got through that, and just had a Skype call with a few of them over here, and then got an email saying I was invited to Melbourne. So it all happened within the space of about a month. It was pretty crazy. And then I heard a few of the other girls are going, so like Myrna Atkinson from Monaghan and Aisling Sheridan from Cavan, and we were all kind of having a little bit of a chat, saying we didn't know what we were in for, but yeah, we headed off to Melbourne for about a week, and we just participated in different testing that they do like at the combine here. So fitness tests, kind of jump, speed, agility, all things they kind of look for like athletic attributes. And then we played a game as well against amateur girls. So I think our team, which was like made up of the 18 girls that came out for the trial, pretty much cleaned the floor with the other girls. So,
unreal.
I think the AFL coaches were a bit blown away by that. I didn't think they expected much, but after that, then there was a few interviews with a few of the girls, and the interest really went up with regards clubs wanting a few of us to come over and play. So that's how it all started.
So basically you went out for your week-long trial, and then did you come home after the week?
Yeah, so two of the girls got signed as rookies. So on a list of teams out here, of the 30 players, 2 of them are rookies. So they're girls that haven't played AFL before. So a lot of them at that time in September would have already signed girls maybe that played Australian soccer or basketball or different sports at a high level. So there was like not much of space left for rookies on some of the teams' lists. So Yvonne from Donegal got signed as a rookie to Giants, and then Ailish got signed to Adelaide. So then it was just left for the rest of us to nominate for the draft. So it's a very unpredictable process. So there's hundreds of names in of Australian girls in under 19s and all that coming up. And then there's obviously older girls that maybe have been dropped from teams and then are looking to get back into the system and things like that. So didn't really realise how unpredictable the whole process would be, but had a couple of chats with a few clubs when I was at home, so just through Skype and through the Crosscoders and things like that. But it wasn't until the night of the draft then that I heard my name get called out that I knew I was coming over here, but I didn't know what club or if I'd even hear anything at all. So yeah, it was a bit of touch and go for a while. Didn't really know where my future, what was ahead of me, but no, it's been great so far. Like I suppose not having much time to think about everything and just packing my bags and coming over here was probably made a little bit easier. Didn't have much time to think about.
I was just going to ask.
I
was just going to ask you that. Like at 23 years of age, moving to the opposite side of the world, away from most family, had you anyone out there? Or I know you the other girls maybe playing, but
so I suppose it came at a great time for me. I just graduated from college in May, and career-wise, I'm not really holding me back. And the fact that the season here is so short and it's done in April, I suppose I am missing the Division 1 league with Tip, which is disappointing, obviously being up in the top tier, but this is an opportunity I probably couldn't pass up, and I know I'll be able to try fight for a place come championship this summer with Tip. So and interestingly, my mum was actually born in Melbourne. She moved back when she was about 3, and two of my uncles came back over here, and one of them is still here. So I've my uncle, his wife, and 4 of my cousins. So they live about an hour away, but it's good to have a catch up, and hopefully they'll get to the game now that we have Saturday night, because it's at home in our Western Bulldogs grounds. So it's good to have them, and there's a real Irish feel as well to Melbourne. There's a lot of people that you'd know from home, and there's a lot of GAA clubs over the other side of the city and stuff like that. So and the fact, I suppose, as well, that it's only a certain period of time that I'm here, and that I know I'm definitely going home, kind of eases it as well. And I think that eased it for my family, because they know I have a flight home in April. So it's been fine, and I'm enjoying the challenge.
What's it like being out there knowing that you're missing the league maybe, and that you will have to come back and probably fight for a spot in the starting 15?
So I suppose being out here actually has made my love for Gaelic football probably grow a bit. Probably take it a bit for granted, and you don't get much of a break when you're at home. You the last few years, I've gone from playing with Tip to playing straight with my college, and have club matches in between. So it's probably a 12-month year where you don't have much of a break. So you can probably kind of get a little bit sick of it and take it a bit for granted. But when I came out here, I actually realised how much I missed it. I'm obviously enjoying it here and the new challenge, but it's good to have a sport, I suppose, you're comfortable with, and you kind of know when you're doing well and what the best thing is for the team and things like that. Whereas here, with regards to decisions, you kind of at the back of your head maybe being oh, is that the best thing to do, and things like that. But obviously bit of apprehension about getting back into the Tip team and things like that. And I'm obviously keeping close contact with all my friends on the team, and the vibes and everything are great within the camp. And I know they're up in the top division, and it's going to be tough, but I think they're going to be really competitive. Even playing Dublin last weekend, or the weekend before, the scoreline I don't think really tells the tale of the game. So I think they left a few chances behind, but I suppose against good teams like that, you're going to have to be clinical. But I think they're taking great heart from it, and Cork this weekend in a big double header with the men's as well is obviously great. So I'm obviously missing all those kind of things, and we're playing Monaghan and Semple Stadium. But no, I have a different opportunity out here, and I suppose some of those girls are probably looking at me a bit jealous, even though I'm looking at home being a bit jealous of them. So it works 2 ways, but I'm looking forward to getting back to training. But I know that it's all ahead of me, and I've put away the Gaelic football for the last few months, because I obviously need to upskill in AFL, and I don't want to be going back to old habits with regards Gaelic. But no, once this is over, even if I'm over here for a few weeks, I'll try to get down to the GAA clubs and meet up with Sarah Rowe as well, who's in Melbourne as well. And we said that we'd get back into Gaelic before we get back into our county setups.
And what's the main difference between the Gaelic and the AFL? Is there a big much of difference? I know probably the training, the skills are different, probably more technical things are different.
So one massive thing that's actually the exact same is probably the training that we do. I think that's actually a testament to ladies football and where it's at. That we really are, obviously you see it in the men's, that they're talking about how the setup is so professional in GAA at home. But I think with regards girls, we're on the same par as that with the professional setup over here, and the amount of times we train and the commitment that we put in is probably the exact same, and the level of training that we're at. But yeah, there's a bit more of technicality to it, and I suppose we really work on our skills a good bit, because like finding clean kicks and marks is a very important part of the game. And then I suppose the physicality. I thought I was physical and strong when I played Gaelic, but a bit of feedback I've got is I need to be a bit more physical in the AFL games. So I suppose there's a lot of like pushing and shouldering off the ball, and then obviously the tackles like that. Just something that doesn't really come quite natural to you, but I think each game I'm getting a bit better at that. But the physicality is definitely the big thing.
Great. I've been watching you, I suppose, closely over the last few weeks because it's so nice to see someone from near home do so well. But the main reason I'm talking to you is because you got your debut about 2 weeks ago at this stage, and scoring your first ever goal in the AFL. What was it like?
So the night really lived up to expectations. So all the girls, it was our first home game, talked about how there's going to be a massive crowd there and how we really put on a great show in Whitton, which is our home ground. And I didn't probably really believe the hype of it all until that night. It was spectacular. So there was unfurling of the Premiership flag because obviously the girls won the Premiership last year, and there was fireworks and everything before the game. So I was getting a bit
of hyped
at that stage. And then just getting into the warm-up, I probably passed me by a bit, but once I got my first touch in the game, I kind of got into it. And with regards to the goal, I suppose I was in the right time at the right time, right place. But I suppose I just took my chance when it came, and it ended up being playing advantage. But I was waiting for the decision to be confirmed. So I think when you look at the celebrations, I look a little bit confused. But it was unreal. And like a big thing is celebrating the small wins that we have. So everyone celebrates goals, celebrates tackles. So there was girls running from every end of the pitch, and all the defenders and everything coming up to celebrate with me. So it was really special. And afterwards as well, there's a bit of a tradition that you sing your club song and you get a Gatorade shower. So that was something special as well. And it was in front of nearly 9,000 people. So it's incredible. And I suppose again, looking forward to another home game on Saturday, and hopefully there's the same kind of hype again.
And with regards to starting, when did you find out you start? Would you know now if you're starting on Saturday or?
So literally 6 p.m. tonight the teams got announced. So I think it's 6 on a Thursday that they get announced. But it's pretty much touch and go. So we play the game for the weekend, and you go through your video analysis with the coaches. You get your feedback, and then we go into training for the week. And it wouldn't be till maybe after the training on Wednesday that the coaches would kind of know the team. So it's obviously touch and go every week. A little bit anxious every time. Obviously you'd have like our main players, and then at the moment I'm probably seen as more of a fringe player coming into the team, and I haven't really made my name for myself fully. So I'm obviously trying to prove myself each week, and I'm new to the sport, so it's a different kind of a challenge, I suppose, and it's really put you outside your comfort zone and things like that. But I think it's really made me grow as a person. I probably haven't been this challenged before in my life, so it's tough, but it's great at the same time.
How often do you get in contact with home? Is it, I suppose, every day would they be on to you? I know you're there with family, which is nice, but you can't forget who's at home.
So I suppose I ignore my mum a bit sometimes because I think she misses me more than I'd miss her a bit. I'd be busy and out and about.
I hope she doesn't see this, Aisling.
Forget to contact her,
but you do miss her. Say you do miss her in case she sees this, will you, for God's sake?
Oh yeah, I know I do miss her, but I think just sometimes I'd be busy and she'd obviously be at home and just try to ring me and stuff. But we chat, we text and everything most days, and then chat if not every day, every second day kind of. And obviously with things with regards getting on the team, or if I've any news or if I've done anything exciting, obviously let her know. But it's doesn't seem too bad with technology these days, with the FaceTime and stuff like that. So
great. So this Saturday night you're round 4 against Brisbane, I think.
Brisbane, and they're fairly tough. So they've been in the last 2 finals the last 2 years. So due to our loss last week, we really need to kind of get a win under our belt. But think we're not thinking about the outcome too much and just trying to play the brand of football that we probably didn't play last week against North Melbourne, and trying to bring that to the field. And I think if we play really well, we'll be a fairly hard team to beat. But obviously the competition's quite tight and everyone is on kind of at the same level, and it just comes down to the day and who performs and those little 1%ers. But no, we're all looking forward to it, and a home game is also great.
Would you like to do it full time and stay there forevermore doing it, Aisling?
Yeah, I suppose I haven't really thought about it too much. So at the moment, the contracts are only year on year, but as the season expands, so there's 4 new teams coming in next year, the season might increase in length. So it will become a bit of a dilemma with regards whether you're going to be able to juggle playing GAA at home and coming over here for the Australian summer. And also, as I get older, obviously I'm going to have to nail down like a job and career and things like that, and there could be other things holding me back. So I obviously have to decide over the next few months with regards what I'm going to do. But I think I'm just going to take this season as it is at the moment and see what opportunities come my way. So I think there's exit meetings in like April, so they obviously discuss like renewal of contracts, or there's other clubs interested and what they kind of want from you. So at the moment it's just the 1-year contract, but I'll see how it goes.
I'll leave you alone after this, but if you're back in time for championship, I know there is double headers organised, which will be, it's an amazing step towards, and the Lidl and TG Carr and everyone doing such an amazing job for ladies football here at home. But it will be nice to be getting the double headers with the men's in championship.
Yeah, that's really like great, and obviously the work that Lidl and TG Carr are putting into ladies football is phenomenal. And it's, I think being over here, I really actually see how much the work has come to fruition. And when you take a step back and how big ladies football is, like when people ask me, oh, how many people will be at your games, and I'm like, well, like at the final last year there was 50,000. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like it is pretty big. And like I said, the men's is basically the same level as the AFL men's, but they're just not paid. But I don't think they get that concept over here. So I think our sport is in a really, really healthy place. And now that we're getting the double headers with the men's, like it's only going to continue to rise. But I suppose with regards to the fact I mentioned that there was 50,000 at the All-Ireland final, I think we need to kind of increase the amount of people that are at the earlier games, so even the league games and things like that. Obviously the weather's not too great at the moment, but just trying to get people, because I do think that the level of skill at ladies football and the speed and just the raw talent that is there on show is great. I just think the more people that see and speak about it and take it for what it is really important. So I'm just enjoying seeing how much the sport is growing, obviously, and just have seen it from a different point of view as well, and perspective being over here. It just shows how much it is growing. We
look forward to seeing you in the Tip jersey over the summer, Aisling, and we'll catch up when you come home. But thanks so much for staying up so late and coming on and having a chat with me. I'm sure it's not all work. You get to enjoy yourself out in the sunshine sometimes.
Yeah, there's a few days at the beach, all right. The sun doesn't really go away here, so yeah, it's enjoyable, and get to go for a bit of brunch and coffee. Coffee's a big thing in Melbourne, so yeah, no, I'm enjoying it too.
Enjoy it, and thanks so much for talking to me. We'll talk to you again, all right?
Thank you.